think I'm going to keep reading. This is her third time doing stand-up at the Richfield Playhouse, and she wants to thank her whole family, including her parents and her siblings and her in-laws and her outlaws and everyone in between. She also wants to thank her awesome friends, XOXOXO, for all your love and support. She loves to laugh, and she hopes you will join her in laughing tonight, and you're gonna. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is Trish Gurr!
I walked outside today with straight hair, but I was at home on the couch one day, and I got a text from my friend Kathy. She was like, "Hey Trish, we're at the carnival in town, and we're in line for a ride, and the carny operating the ride looks just like you." I hope it was a good ride. So there are some women that have long nails. Now I'm just not talking about like the cute little like mom nails. I'm talking about like those like long nails, right? Uber nails. And I was thinking, how ridiculous do these people look, right? Just doing like everyday things, doing their jobs, the long nails. So I saw a girl with long nails on her phone, and she was like, I don't know why I always equate obnoxious gum chewing with long nails, but I know. And then there are like girls or women that, have to tie their shoe. They focus generally with these 4 fingers, right? They do all the work. These guys, merely bystanders, they're like, there's a cashier, Nikki, has 7 jobs. And Nikki has really long nails and they're orange. So like Nikki's practically like calling you to her line. And the day I just went to pick up olive oil. It was a good bottle of olive oil. It was like $8.99, right? And so I go into Nikki's line, nobody's there, and Nikki's like, my scanner's broke, so I'm gonna have to key everything in. I was like, all right, it's one item, Nikki, whatever. And she's like, okay, and then she's like, $8.99. $9.99. Oh, $9.99. Oh, $9.99. Take it. 99 cents. Needless to say, I'm going back to Nikki's line. So Corona, this is going to be my contribution on Corona, okay? I got a text from my friend Patty during this 4-month period, and she's like, "Oh, I'm on the phone with one of my boys. On the couch with one of my boys, and he said, 'I love you.' My heart was melting." And I looked over and he was talking to his bowl of nacho cheese Doritos. Did anybody else find that they were using toilet paper like for everything? I would like wipe my counters with toilet paper, clean my glasses with toilet paper. At meals, instead of napkins, my kids each got a roll. And I figured out that I did this because I liked scouring, right, the stores for it. I think it made me feel like a winner again. I wear wear a bandana, right? I wear a bandana. And then I was thinking, I'm like, what am I gonna do with the cowboys and the bank robbers? How are we gonna take them seriously? Are they like holding up the joint, or are they just, following CDC guidelines? I mean, I feel bad for these guys. They could be out of a job. Like, I guess the more formal masks or the more traditional masks, plastic surgeons are so psyched. The money is fixing those ears, right? I mean, my God. I work from home like most people, right? And I'm sitting on my dining room table. I'm sitting on my dining room table. My chair, my dining room table. And I was in front of a mirror the other day, and I realized I had, from sitting so much, I had Ethan Allen branded, right? Branded on my ass. Do you know how long it took me to convince my husband I was not having an affair? Not having an affair with one, but two men. This same husband loves to eBay. Now, during the pandemic, Corona, COVID, whatever, he did this, and it's great because it supplements your income, right? I mean, like, you can work any time of day. It's fun. He likes to go to tag sales, those big elephant trunk places, all that kind of stuff, right? But if you were to go in my dining room today, you'd see a Hot Wheels aluminum trash can, right? Hundreds upon hundreds of unopened packs of baseball cards. Floor all over. There's cardboard boxes and envelopes and whatnot. He usually packs up things to send to the people that have bought, the items that he's selling. There's like two 80s like Chase lounges. There's like a bucket full of car-shaped erasers. I don't know. There's Mark and Mindy collectible pins. Who knew there was a market for that? My husband. My favorite thing is, he came home and he's like, I scored the best thing. And I'm like, what? He's like 6 don't drink and drive posters from the 80s. All right. And he's showing them to me, and he's like, this one's my favorite. It's Stevie Wonder saying, you'd be better off with me driving you home than with a drunk driver. It was a beautiful picture, and he authorized it, so. I try to walk 4 to 5 times a week with some friends of mine. And when I first started, I got like the little strappy bag, and I would put like my water, my wallet, my keys, just everything in it. And then as time went on, the more I walked, I hated that bag. So I would chug water like before I went for the walks. I figured I'm fully hydrated while I was walking, I'd be okay. Right? And then I'd take just like my phone, which I would hold in my hand, and then I'd take like my car keys, a debit card, and my earbuds, in case I was on my own. And you might ask, Trish, where did you keep all this stuff? In my sports bra. And when I first started doing this technique, I would walk, and then before I would go into like a Steve's Bagels or Dunkin' Donuts, because I would hit those on my walks, I would discreetly take the debit card, go in. Now, forget about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's. And I'd be in the parking lot. I'm like, I found one of my earbuds lodged in my belly button. Drying. All right. So let me preface it. We've all talked about getting older, right, at this point in time. Who knew that one of the things that has become so hard for me to do is dry off after the shower, right? Like, I was thinking like, oh, walk farther, maybe do sit-ups would be really hard, or, I don't know, keeping up with my kids, but drying off is really hard. And like, it used to be I'd get out, I'd grab a towel, you know, I'd dry off, and I'd move on with my day, right? Yeah. Now, I get off, I get to the, and I'm like looking, I'm like, shit, I gotta dry my feet. And because of this region right here, I'm like slapping the towel. So between like the slap of the towel and the breeze that is made, about 75% of the feet are, about 75% are dry. So it's acceptable. 80% I like for mastery, but 75% is okay. And then drying off like my front and my back, completely two different animals. Two different animals. The front bumps and lumps and lifts and moves. Right? The back, if you noticed, it just goes back ass leg, right? Back ass leg. So it's just very easy just to... It's almost like a trail description at a ski mountain. Right? Like, this would be like a high blue, black, moguls, wide and winding, sometimes groomed. And you're lifting and things get caught, you know, and you're trying and you're just trying. And then the back, right, because of this whole back butt leg. It's a double black diamond. It's the steepest thing you've ever seen in your life. Water falling at excessive speeds, right? You're just like trying to catch it. So by the time I'm done with that, right, I'm sweating. So I go over to the vanity and I go, and as I'm walking, I notice the cool breeze lets me know I've neglected at least half my body at this point, right? I'm wet somewhere, I don't even know. So I go to the medicine cabinet and I take out my deodorant and I was like, okay. And I put it on. My pits are soaking wet. I've totally neglected my pits, right? And now the deodorant's mushy. I gotta start all over. Dear God, here we go again. It's almost lunchtime. And that's my time.